You walk into your bedroom at the end of a long day, ready to rest, but the room is still quietly asking things from you. A pile of clothes needs sorting. A phone glows beside the bed. Papers remind you about tomorrow. For many women over 40, a bedroom declutter is not really about making the room look perfect. It is about removing some of the small signals that keep the room feeling active when your body is ready to stop. In this video, we are going through 11 things you may want to remove from your bedroom so the space feels calmer, lighter, and easier to settle into at night. You do not need to redesign the room. You do not need matching furniture or a complicated nighttime routine. You may simply need fewer reminders, fewer decisions, and fewer objects competing for your attention. Your bedroom does not have to prove that your life is organized. It only needs to support the part of your day when you are allowed to let go. Let's begin with one of the most familiar sources of visual pressure. A bedroom chair can become a temporary home for clothes, almost without you noticing. One sweater is placed there because it is still clean enough to wear again. A pair of pants follows. Then a cardigan, a robe, and the outfit you decided not to wear that morning. The pile may not look serious, but each item holds a small unanswered question. Is that clean? Does it need washing? Should it go back in the closet? Am I wearing it tomorrow? You may not be actively thinking through those questions every time you see the pile. Still, the room continues to display the decisions. Start by removing the pile rather than building a complicated system around it. Put dirty clothes in the hamper. Return clean clothes to their place. Choose one hook or one small section for the few items you genuinely plan to wear again. This is not about becoming stricter with yourself. It is about stopping one chair from holding a week of postponed decisions. When you enter the room at night, a clear chair or bench gives your eyes somewhere quiet to land. It also leaves one less thing waiting for you. Phones, tablets, charging lights, smart displays, televisions, and digital clocks can make a bedroom feel active long after the day is over. Bright artificial light and light from electronic screens may make it harder for some people to wind down at night. Devices also carry another kind of stimulation, the possibility of one more message, one more headline, or one more task. A quick check can easily reopen the day. You do not have to remove every useful device permanently. Start with the ones you do not truly need beside the bed. Charge your tablet in another room. Turn off the television completely if its standby light catches your attention. Cover or reposition small charging lights. Place your phone farther away, face down or outside the bedroom when that is practical for you. This is less about following a perfect rule and more about reducing invitations. A device within reach can ask, "Do you want to check one more thing?" A quieter setup makes it easier to answer, "Not tonight." Bills, forms, notebooks, appointment reminders, receipts, and work folders often enter the bedroom because it feels like the only quiet place to think. Once they stay there, however, the room can begin to feel like a second office. Even a neat stack may represent deadlines, decisions, and responsibilities. A closed folder can still remind you that something is waiting inside. Remove work papers and household administration from the bedroom. Give them one clear home somewhere else, even if that home is simply a basket on a shelf or a folder in a kitchen cabinet. You are not ignoring your responsibilities. You are giving them a boundary. When a bill is beside your bed, tomorrow is already in the room with you. When it is placed in a designated area outside the bedroom, you can return to it during the hours when you can actually do something about it. Rest may feel more possible when the room stops displaying problems you cannot solve from under the covers. A yoga mat, hand weights, resistance bands, or a walking pad may have entered the bedroom with good intentions. Perhaps you wanted a private place to move in the morning. Perhaps the equipment simply fit nowhere else. But notice your response when you see it at night. Does it support you, or does it remind you of workouts you did not complete? Does it feel like an option, or like another standard you are failing to meet? Exercise equipment is not automatically a problem. For some women, it is useful and completely neutral. The question is whether it supports the room or turns it into another place where you are expected to improve yourself. If the equipment creates pressure, move it out of sight. Store it in a closet, another room, or one contained basket. If you use it regularly in the bedroom, create a simple closing habit so it is put away when the movement is finished. At bedtime, your bedroom does not need to feel like a performance review. You are allowed to finish the day without looking at a list of everything you could have done differently. Decorative pillows can make a bed look finished, but they can also create a small job twice a day. Every evening they have to be removed. Every morning they may be arranged again. Some end up on a chair. Others land on the floor and become part of another pile. Keep the pillows that make the bed comfortable. Remove the ones that are there mainly because you feel the bed is supposed to look a certain way. A comfortable bedroom does not need to resemble a showroom. It can look soft, simple, and lived in. Try leaving only the pillows you use, plus perhaps one decorative pillow you genuinely enjoy. Then notice whether the bed feels easier to approach at night. When rest begins with clearing a display, the display may be asking more from you than it gives back. Your bed should welcome you without needing to be dismantled first. Some objects carry more emotional weight than their size suggests. A gift from a difficult relationship, a box of letters you are not ready to read, clothing from a painful period, a photograph that brings up tension instead of warmth, an item connected to a version of your life that still feels unresolved. You do not have to throw these things away before you are ready, but they may not belong in the room where you are trying to feel settled enough to rest. Move them to a neutral place, put them in a labeled box. Store them somewhere you can choose to visit, rather than somewhere they enter your line of sight every morning and night. This is not about erasing your history. It is about deciding when you engage with it. A bedroom can hold meaningful objects, but those objects should fit the atmosphere you want to create now. If something repeatedly changes the mood of the room or pulls you into an old conversation, give yourself permission to move it. You are not making a final decision about the object. You are creating breathing room around yourself. A laundry basket is practical. Several laundry baskets waiting in the bedroom can make the room feel like a holding area for unfinished housework. Clean clothes wait to be folded. Dirty clothes wait to be washed. Towels wait to be carried away. Each basket represents a task in progress. When possible, keep only one hamper in the bedroom and let it have one purpose. Move baskets of clean laundry out of the room as soon as you reasonably can, even when every item is not perfectly folded. Put the clothes in the closet, in drawers, or in one contained area, so the basket is not the last thing you see before bed. This can matter even more when you are the person who notices and manages most of the household laundry. You may not be able to remove the responsibility completely. You can, however, reduce how often it is displayed to you. The room does not need to remind you all night that there are still socks to match. The bedroom often becomes the place where objects go when they do not have a clear home. A bag of donations, a package that needs returning, a box of photographs, craft supplies, a broken lamp, clothes waiting for repair, a stack of things meant for another family member. These objects are not always clutter in the usual sense. Many of them are delayed decisions. Every time you notice them, the same question can briefly reopen. What am I going to do with that? Remove as many of these open loops as you reasonably can. Put returns near the door. Move donations to the car or another exit point. Place repair items in one small container and decide when you will revisit them. If something has been waiting for months and still has no plan, consider whether it needs to remain in your home at all. Your bedroom does not need to be the waiting room for every object you have not decided about. Even one cleared corner can change how the room feels. It tells you that not everything in this space is pending. A nightstand can slowly fill with lotions, supplements, books, glasses, lip balm chargers, tissues, hair ties, jewelry cups, and products you meant to use more often. Most of these items are small. Together, they can make the surface feel busy and turn bedtime into another routine with too many choices. Which cream should you use? Which book should you read? Where is the charger under everything else? Remove expired products, empty containers, duplicates, and anything you do not actually use at night. Keep only the few items that support your real routine. A lamp, a glass of water, one book and one product may be enough. Your version may look different. The important thing is that the surface feels clear and useful, rather than crowded with good intentions. A calm nightstand does not demand attention. It quietly supports what you already do. When you reach toward it in the dark, You should not have to search through the remains of 10 unfinished plans. Some people find a visible clock helpful, others begin checking it repeatedly. It is 11:47. Now it is 12:16. You calculate how many hours remain before morning. Then you check again. If seeing the time makes you tense, turn the clock away, dim the display, or move it out of direct view. Use an alarm that does not invite you to watch every minute pass. The same idea applies to written reminders beside the bed. A note saying, "Call the doctor," "Buy groceries," or "Wake up early" may be practical, but it can keep tomorrow visually present. Keep a small notebook nearby if writing something down helps you stop holding it in your mind. Then close the notebook and leave the task there until morning. The purpose is to capture the thought, not to display it all night. You do not need to keep checking the time in order to rest. The room can hold the night without constantly showing you the numbers. The final category is broader because every home is different. It may be boxes under the window, seasonal decorations behind the door, spare household supplies, unused furniture, old bedding, unopened gifts or items stored in the bedroom because there is nowhere else to put them. Sometimes storage is necessary. Not everyone has a large home, an extra closet, or a separate office. The goal is not to pretend those limits do not exist. The goal is to notice when the bedroom has become responsible for too many parts of your life. Can some items move to higher shelves, closed containers, or another room? Can several small boxes become one clearly labeled box? Can unused furniture leave the room? Can seasonal items be stored where they do not interrupt the space every day? When visible storage must remain, choose the simplest arrangement you can maintain. You do not need another complicated organizing system. You are not trying to make the bedroom empty. You are trying to make its purpose clear. This is where you sleep. This is where the day becomes quieter. This is where your body is allowed to soften, and your attention is no longer required everywhere at once. Before you change anything, stand at the bedroom door and look at the room as if you are seeing it for the first time. What is the first object that makes you think I still need to deal with that? Start there. Do not empty every drawer tonight. Do not turn this into a late-night cleaning project. Choose one item, one pile, or one category. Remove it from the room or place it where it no longer competes for your attention. Then pause. Notice whether the room feels even slightly quieter. Better sleep after 40 may involve many things, and a calmer bedroom is not a cure for ongoing sleep problems. But your sleep environment can still support the way you wind down. Health organizations commonly recommend keeping bedrooms quiet, relaxing cool and dark, and reducing electronic device use before bed. Sometimes the most helpful change is not another product or another demanding routine. It is asking the bedroom to do less, fewer clothes waiting to be sorted, fewer screens asking to be checked, fewer papers carrying tomorrow into tonight. Fewer objects reminding you who you should be, what you should finish, or what you have not done yet. Your bedroom does not need to be perfect before you can rest in it. The laundry may still exist. The house may still need attention. Tomorrow may already be full. But the room where you sleep can stop displaying all of it. Tonight, choose one thing to remove. Let that small decision become a clear ending point. The day has asked enough from you. Your bedroom does not have to ask for anything more. And if trouble falling asleep, staying asleep, or feeling rested continues regularly, consider talking with a healthcare professional. A calmer room can support healthy sleep habits, but persistent sleep problems deserve proper attention.